Good morning. Good morning. Today I decided we're going to chill with nature because out here you can hear the birds chirping away, and all of that. So let's enjoy that together today as I share with you the content of the day. All right. So welcome to Voice and Prophets with the energetic EJ. Today I decided to take it like another style. When it comes to content, right? You have to try out a bit of this and that. And apart from trying it, as just like having it mixed type of content format. So sometimes it's text, sometimes it's visuals, and sometimes it's live, like this one. And I don't think I've gone live on YouTube in a very long time. So I decided, okay, today let me just see how this would work. All right. So if you're joining me, you can type in the comments where you're joining from and let me know if you can hear me clearly. I believe that you should be able to hear me clearly because I'm using my mic right now. So I'm hoping that I'm not just speaking away without being heard. Okay, so today we're talking about 7 benefits of listening to audiobooks. I don't know your experience yet around audiobooks. And last week I shared with you, as a narrator, from a narrator perspective, if you're going into that industry, how you can position and some strategies and tips that you can apply to be an exceptional audiobooks narrator. Now, I've been narrating for quite a while. Of course, there's still a lot to learn, there's still a lot to grow into. I'm learning daily, learning new things daily. Even as I meet with other people and also consume other content, I'm also, understanding how to do things better or why people do the things that they do and why I can also tweak the way that I do things to get a different result, right? So yeah, so today we're talking about 7 benefits, and basically this is a live session, so I'm just going to be reading from my notes and talk about it as we go. All right, so if you're joining me, just let me know again where you are joining from. Hey, I see somebody online. Hi, let me know where you're joining from. Say hi. I hope I'm able to read comments. I don't think I've gone live directly on YouTube before, or if I've done it, it might have been a very, very long time ago. So I'm not really familiar with all the okay, Chinwenwa. Yay, I see you. Chinwenwa says joining from Lagos. All right. Thank you so much, Chinwenwa. Thank you for being here. Awesome. I can see your chat. Okay, so we're talking about 7 ways or 7 benefits of listening to audiobooks. Now, listening to audiobooks can be, surprisingly beneficial in different ways. And some people are still not open to the idea, or some people just have or are just open to the basic idea that okay, it's convenient, like I can listen to a book while I'm driving, while I'm doing my chores, while I'm running or doing my exercise or some stuff like that. But there are other benefits, and I would love to highlight those in this session today. So please, as you're watching as well, kindly like the video. Also, if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, please do subscribe, and also feel free to use the share button and share maybe to your WhatsApp status or to somebody who should be here watching this right now. Oh, fantastic. Yes, so very, 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 very convenient. And there's a lot to learn from there. So let me just take it one after the other on the things that I want to talk about. Number one benefit that I am sharing with you today is the fact that reading, listening to audiobooks improves memory and concentration, right? Now, audiobooks can be a great way to help improve memory and concentration, as the act of listening and following along with the story can help to engage your brain and keep you focused. And this is true because absolutely, absolutely. And because you're listening, so whether it's fiction or non-fiction, as you're listening, if you really want to enjoy what you're listening to, and that people can actually listen absent-mindedly. I'm talking about active listening. Active listening is that you begin to create the picture or the image of what you're listening to. So if it's a story, you begin to create an image so that you can really enjoy the story. So you are involving your imagination, you're involving your thinking. So you have to concentrate to hear what the person is saying, to interpret it with a picture in your head. Do you understand? And so because of that, you are improving your concentration and your memory. And because you're listening and enjoying it and creating those pictures, you are able to remember what you've heard. And you know that even when we listen or subconsciously, right, it even seeps in deeper. That's why there are songs that you did not listen to, like you did not actively sit down to go and listen to the song. But because the song has been flying about, maybe they use it on social media, or you've heard it somewhere before, or there was a party going on in your area, maybe sometimes night party, and you heard bang, 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 ding, 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 and you were sleeping, so you were not actively even listening to what was going on at the party. But you'll be surprised that in the morning you wake up and some of those music are playing in your head. You can remember the beat, you can remember the lyrics, songs that you did not sit down to learn by yourself. Do you understand? So, but when you now like listening to audiobooks, it helps you with concentration. It also helps you with memory, with remembering, right? So that's the number one benefit of listening to audiobooks. It improves your memory and concentration. Benefit number two that I'll be sharing with you today is it enhances vocabulary and language skills. All right, listening to audiobooks can help to expose you to new words and phrases, which can help to improve your vocabulary and language skills over time. Now, this one, it's because ideally people who are narrators are, supposed to be well spoken. So depending on the language, and this is not about maybe one particular language, but they have to be fluent in the language that they are narrating. Able to learn new words, you're able to learn how to pronounce words better in the particular language that you're listening to that book from, right? So it enhances your vocabulary and language skills. So if you're, for example, listening to an audiobook in a different language, and maybe you're trying to learn that language, it's more like watching a movie in the language you're trying to learn. For example, I'm currently learning Italian. I'm currently learning Italian, and I started to watch Italian movies on Netflix, once in a while, and it's for me, it's fun, but it's also like enlightening because the way it's being taught is more like the way we're taught English in school. So when you want to speak proper English, you speak there are ways that you have to speak it. But when it comes to conversational English, it's a bit different from the proper English because you can abbreviate when you're speaking with people, when you're writing, that is the proper English or formal English. So you probably need to write it in the correct format. But when you're conversing, it's like there are things that can pass. So, for example, I'm learning Italian on Duolingo, right? And they will make complete sentences like, "Hello, my name is EJ. I am from Nigeria." So that is, "Hello, salve. Io sono EJ. Io sono di Nigeria." But then the other day, I met an Italian person, and so I was trying to say that to him. I'm like, okay, hey, salve or ciao. So ciao is hi, salve is hello. So ciao, io sono di EJ. Io sono di EJ. Io sono di. Io sono di Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. But he was like, so mi chiami, Tikia, me, look at me mixing it up. Io sono di Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, right? But when I spoke it to the Italian person, he was like, oh, just say Nigeriana. Like, so no need to say Io sono di Nigeria. Just say me Nigeriana or something, Nigeriana, right? Like Americana or Italiana. So they just know, okay, I'm Nigerian. Rather than say I am from Nigeria. Just say, oh, Nigeria, Nigeriana. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so when I also watched their movies, the I think is the only word that I've really followed through with is, for example, they say ciao. So they say ciao. Ciao is like hi, right? But at the same time, they use the ciao when they are conversing to say goodbye. Ciao, 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 ciao. I'm like, okay. But what I'm learning, because the proper word is when you say bye bye, ciao is hi, bye bye is arrivederci. So you say arrivederci. But I'm watching their movies and they're like, ciao, hi, ciao, goodbye, ciao. I'm like, okay. So listening to audiobooks also help you to see all of those nuances, but of course in the audiobook is that it's probably going to be proper because it is written then narrated into audio. So it would help you with enhancing your vocabulary and language skills. Number three, benefits of listening to audiobooks is relaxation and stress relief. It helps with relaxation and stress relief. Audiobooks can be a great way to unwind and relax after a long day, as the soothing voice of the narrator and the engaging story can help to take your mind off of your worries and help you to relax and de-stress. But this one again, the caveat to this is that this one is going to be more about the narrator or the type of book you're reading. Because if you're reading a very maybe like a fiction, and the tone, there are different tones to books, right? I remember working on a particular book sometime. I didn't narrate it, but I produced it. It was action. It was action packed. So there was no way that can be relaxing, because it was fast paced, it's action, so that when you're listening to it, it feels like you're watching a movie. So when you're watching an action movie, there's that pop, 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 things are moving very fast. So in that regard, the narrator also had to bring that into the narration, right? So this particular benefit, relaxation and stress relief, would depend on the type of book that you're listening to and the narrator who is listening to it. But of course, it can also help with stress relief and relaxation, because you can just relax and listen to the book and just find a way to unwind, right? Number four, benefit of listening to audiobook is it exposes you to different perspectives. Now, listening to audiobooks can expose you to different perspectives and culture, which can help to broaden your understanding of the world and make you more empathetic and understanding of others. Exactly, because if somebody from the US is listening to an audiobook narrated by an African, especially if the book is now an African book or a book that is set in Africa, they get to understand, get to relate with us. And because of that, they get to understand our kind of stories or our experiences, and they're able to empathize with us. The same for us as well. When we listen to books, narrated or that is written by an American or any other culture or from any other places, we begin to relate to some of the things that they're talking about. We might not be familiar with them, but we relate with them. It's more like when you listen, you're able to see, how the Americans pronounce a certain word. You might even know the word and you might have been pronouncing it differently. But when you listen to audio, it's like, oh my God, so that's how they pronounce that word, right? So it helps you to be exposed to different perspective and to different culture. Number five reason that I'm going to be sharing with you today is improving listening skills. I think this one is a no-brainer. Audiobooks can help to improve your listening skills, as you will be actively listening to and engaging with the story, which can help to improve your ability to listen and understand spoken language. This is so true. And in fact, when you're doing your IELTS exam or TOEFL exam, and there are three or four things that they test with your language, with the English language: the writing, the speaking, the listening, right, and comprehension, or something like that, right? So with audiobooks, you can even train yourself or train your way to listening fast. And how can you do that? So when you're listening to a book, you can increase the speed to maybe zero point 0.5 or 1.25 or 1.75 or to times 2, and still practice listening so fast so that you can get what it's saying and still get the message in that particular book. So it's very, very effective in helping you or helping your listening skills, whether you listen to it on the normal speed level, or you can increase the speed level to also train your ears to listen fast and comprehend faster. All right, so it increases your reading speed. Did I say Listening skills, that was number 5, listening skills. So number 6 is it increases your reading speed and comprehension. I just even mentioned that in the explanation I made right now. Listening to audiobooks can help you to read faster and understand more of what you're reading, as the narrator will be reading at a consistent pace and may be able to help you understand the meanings of words and phrases that you may not be familiar with. That was what I mentioned earlier on. So it increases your reading speed and comprehension. And finally, number 7 here today is it increases accessibility. Now, audiobooks are available for many books, right? Regardless of reading level, and it can be helpful for people with vision impairment or dyslexia. This one is a huge one for me personally. This is why I started to go into the audiobook space, because of inclusivity and accessibility, for more people to be able to access books out there. Like, a lot of amazing books have been written, but there are people who cannot access it because they are probably visually impaired or they are dyslexic, right? So they can't see. Some are completely blind, some can't see, but it's a struggle for them to read the print in the sizes that are available. So unless for those who are maybe a bit tech savvy, they can get a Kindle or maybe get the ebook and then increase the size to read it. But I mean, even the senior citizens, most of them are retired now, and what they do most of the time is just sit down and read. So it would be nice for those kind of people to have access to the books that are being written, so that they can just listen to it, because for some of them they have to use their glasses and it can be strenuous and stressful on their eyes. But with an audiobook, they don't have to stress. They can listen and enjoy and converse about it. Just imagine having like an audiobook club where people listen and then come and discuss what they've listened to. I think that would be very, very fantastic. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. All right. So now these are the 7. Let me just recap the 7 benefits again for you. Number 1 is it improves memory and concentration. Number 2, it enhances vocabulary and language skills. Number 3, it's good for relaxation and stress relief. Number 4, it exposes its exposure to different perspective. Number 5, it improves listening skills. Number 6, it increases your reading speed and comprehension. And number 7, it allows for increased accessibility, so more people can access the book. People who are visually impaired, people who are dyslexic, so they can access your book or access the audiobook and get the benefit from this book that has been written. All right. So I'll just, before I leave, I would like to them over and over again. The first one I listened to over and over and over again was Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Gosh, I listened and listened and listened on Audible, but of course you can get some of these books on YouTube. Just search for them and go listen to them. So I'm going to recommend 4 books here today. 1, 2, 3, 5 actually. So Science of Getting Rich, amazing book by Wallace D. Wattles. The Science of Getting Rich, amazing book. You should listen to that. Wallace D. Wattles. 25 Ways to Win with People. This one is by John C. Maxwell, and it was narrated by him himself. So it was more like sitting in a John C. Maxwell's class. It was beautiful. I love his voice, right? So it was really good. 25 Ways to Win with People by John C. Maxwell. Then Secret of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And of course, my book, Podcasting with a Difference, is on Amazon, on Audible, sorry. You can go get a copy of that. And also 6 Effective Ways to Crush Your Shyness by me as well. So I'm going to leave the links to my audiobooks in the description of this particular video. Listen to them, leave your review when you do listen, and please do feel free to share with other people. I hope that you found today's content valuable. Thank you. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. And please subscribe. I'll be back again next week. I'm not sure I'm going to come live next week yet. I don't know. I'll wait and see the responses so far. But then I might be back to just recording my content and posting up here every Wednesday, 9 a.m. West African time, 12 noon GST is when I drop a content on this particular channel to help you use your voice for impact, influence, and income. I am the energetic EJ, and it's been a pleasure hanging out with you today. Till I come your way again next week. Bye. Keep listening. Bye. Okay. How do we end this now?